Greetings! This is another Sprocket video and today I'm going to show you some of my more recent heavy tanks. Alright, so our first subject is something you have already seen, and actually I built it in a video, and yeah, it is the AGS 105-8. So let me summarize my thoughts on this tank. First and foremost, I hate it. So even while building it, I thought that it was lackluster and maybe regretted it quite a bit. That I uploaded it on YouTube as a video for you guys to enjoy that slop, that shit. So sorry about that. Sorry about making you watch a lackluster piece of crap. Overall, it's poorly executed. That's basically all it boils down to. It's just very effortlessly made. It's a bad execution, and what makes things around this tank even worse is that immediately after that I made the AGS 104-5. Like, there's just no way of comparing the two. Look at how well detailed and nice this thing looks. You can see that I poured my heart, soul, sweat and blood into this thing, and then compare this to how this thing, this abomination, this atrocity has turned out. Like, those two tanks next to each other can't even be compared. It's sky and earth, day and night. So it's probably unsurprising to you that I did what I usually do and redesigned the tank from the ground up. But I mean, look at this. This is the good execution of what I wanted to do with the previous iteration. This feels solid. It looks like a brick wall, a moving brick wall, a bunker, an immovable object, and an unstoppable force. Basically both at the same time. It looks powerful. It looks like it has a presence on the battlefield. Look at it. This is beautiful. I love this. This is probably my best execution of an old idea that didn't work out, and I'm just proud of this. This just looks great in my eyes. So let's talk about the gun, and let's humble myself. So the gun is it's nice, I guess. It's not the best, but it does its job rather well, and it has the fully modeled gun bridge you have seen in a previous video of mine, except this time it's turned sideways, and it has two benefits. One, the gun depression of this tank is actually really damn good thanks to it. The other is that I could pull off the Panzer IV like gun mantlet, as you can see, which was present on my previous attempt. So yes, for a 44 tons heavy tank, this thing is actually quite quick. It can go up to 37-38 kilometers per hour top speed. It can turn really quickly actually. So yes, that's kinda nice. It has a 610 horsepower engine, and basically the biggest flow of this tank is the fuel capacity. It has only 300 liters of fuel inside the tank, and there are 150 liters more in this armored box. So yes, it does have 450 liters of fuel, but yeah, a good third of it is not exactly in the most optimal place. And as for the armor, the whole front is basically indestructible. It has an 85mm upper frontal plate, angled at 69 degrees, nice. The mid plate is 150mm thick, plus 50mm of add-on plates. The sides are 150mm thick both on the turret and the hull, and the hull has these add-on plates around the turret ring, and the rear doesn't matter. And if you have seen the video I built the previous iteration in, I mentioned that this was intended to be the stock turret stock gun configuration, as the previous version had a very boxy turret. And as you might have guessed, I made the boxier turret version as well, so say hello to the AGS 105-8-2. So this thing has a 105mm L50 gun, and it's a lot better than the 90mm gun. The hull is unchanged, however it has a completely new turret, which is basically indestructible from the front. The frontal plate is 150mm thick, however here is where the neighboring 120mm plate is welded into this one, so this part is basically just forget about it, it's unpenetrable. And the whole side of the turret is 120mm thick, and the rear doesn't really matter. So overall, this is a huge improvement, although it doesn't weigh 44 tons, instead it weighs 47 tons for understandable reasons, and the ammo capacity went down from 90 something to 40. That ammo capacity won't really matter when I can destroy everything in one shot. So, time to roll out. Actually, you know what, I want to try something I think I can pull off. Oh, that was a oh, and it's dead. Nice. Let's try that strategy with that one. Oh, that was a hit, and it's burning. Now, for the last one. I believe that thing ate enough lead for today. So let's go on and destroy the light tanks now. Guten Tag. Auf Wiedersehen. Hi. Goodbye. Szia uram. A soha viszont nem látásra. Ahojtje. Do widzenia. Buongiorno. Arrivederci. Alright, the last two enemies should be, yes they are indeed here. So let's destroy that one. Nice, and here the last one would be. But the 15 degrees of turret traverse speed is not exactly the best. But that's not that big of a deal, as I think yeah, it's dead. So yes, this would be the AGS 105-8-2. Alright, so the next tank is quite special because of its gun, and it is the AGS 105-3 Angler, named after so it's quite a funny story. So it had a previous version, it looked like this. I posted it on I don't know which Discord server, but one user compared the gun's supporting structure to a fishing rod, and I thought that it was quite funny and original that I named the tank after that comment. So yeah, everyone else said haha, crane, Kranvagn copy, haha. No, just no. Fishing rod. That's the shit. Anyway, so it has a 75mm gun, and it's quite a long one. It's a it's a L130. Yeah, quite a caliber length, and it has insane accuracy, insane shell velocity, and believe it or not, insane reload time. I basically fire every third of a second, which is genuinely batshit insane. And look at this funny feature I put into this tank. That little thing on the muzzle moves. How cool is that? I mean, it's quite easy to achieve, so it's not that big of a deal. And you can see how easily I tear through that poor copy of mine. And overall, this is a really good tank with good armor. Obviously not from the sides and not for this gun, but it has 15 degrees of gun elevation, which is reasonable, I would say. And I need to go to this ramp to show off the gun depression, because yeah, it's also 15 degrees. So yes, I cannot beat the Kranwagen allegations, but I mean, look at this. What would you do when you see this? By default, the turret is quite well angled and 150mm thick. Now angle it even more, and I mean, what are you supposed to do about this? This is 2024 World of Tanks game balancing in its finest. All jokes aside, overall this thing is decently mobile. It has the exact same 610 horsepower engine you have seen in the 105-8-1 and 2. So yeah, let's move on to the next tank, which is the AGS 105-13-1. Now, you might be asking, Günther, why does this thing have the exact same hull as the Angler? Please, the Angler has the exact same hull as this one, because I finished this first and I reused its hull for the Angler, and trust me, I wasn't just lazy and am just only now finding excuses for my laziness. No, I have lore reasons for why I did this. So hear me out. The lore behind these two tanks using the same turret is that the military made this project for a heavy tank, but they didn't bother making a turret for it. So they basically announced the competition for two companies. Company A made the Angler and Company B made the 105-13. Now, the specifications for the little race between the two companies on who can make a better tank were that the tank has to be around 45 tons heavy and have a medium caliber gun. Obviously, the Angler has a 75mm gun with a rapid fire autoloader, which didn't work out lore-wise because of mechanical issues. So Company B came into the picture with this, a double-barreled heavy tank with two 90mm guns, which you would probably recognize. Anyway, and this one failed because of ergonomic reasons. So, if you look inside, the guns take up a disgusting amount of space, even when you consider the fact that the turret ring is just huge. The two gunners, one of them is also a commander, don't really have a lot of space to work with, and I mean, the loaders have it just fine, I would say, and the driver is not exactly in the most comfortable position, but he is also protected by 250mm of steel, so yeah. Back to the loaders, each of them have 31 shells to their names for each of the guns, so 62 in total. It could be increased, however, if I put ammo here, who would even access it? Nobody. There's no way to access it if I put it here, so there's just empty space here because, yeah. But just because this thing sucks lore-wise, that does not have to necessarily mean that it sucks in combat as well. At least in Sprocket's context of nothing actually mattering except firepower, mobility and armor. So let's see what this thing is capable of doing on the battlefield. Alright, there's our first target. That thing's dead, as it should be. Hi, can I penetrate you? Ooh, in the face! What? How did you survive that, you motherfucker? Alright, it's not disabled. That's bad. That's really, really bad. I'm going to try to do as much as I can and I'm dead. Oh, that thing's turning its turret. But I cannot see from the grass. It's obstructing the view. But there's another target. Hi. Goodbye. Greetings. Hope to never see you again. What? Hope to never see you again. Finally. Alright, time to destroy that fucker. Or at least try to. I think its gunner is dead. Ooh, my teammate distracted him. Hell yeah. Distractions are nice. The last one should be there, but it seems like it moved. But I guess it's just going to be easier to deal with it. Hi there. So yes, not a flawless run, but I mean, it worked out just fine, I would say. So yes, I guess this would be it. So yeah, this would be the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, hit the dislike button. If not, hit the dislike button. If you want to, you can unsubscribe. And I lied. There's another tank I want to show you, and originally I didn't want to show you this thing because I am really quite uncertain of how well I executed what I wanted to do. So if you remember, a couple weeks ago I basically teased a tank with an unholy combination of characteristics, and yeah, it is the tank. So write down what do you think this thing has. Alright, now that you have written down everything you thought this thing might have, here it would be. It's not even an. It's quite weird. It's not even an HGS tank. So it has 4 tracks. It has a shovel. It has an oscillating turret with 2 130mm guns. It has rocket launchers and a cope cage on top of that, both figuratively and literally. So I kinda try to go for something of a fantasy futuristic tank thing, like something along the lines of what you can see in Warhammer or similar futuristic fantasy style tanks. I don't think I executed it well. However, this is interesting to look at, and I mean, for the novelty of all of these things combined into one package, it's worth showing you, I would say. Probably, maybe, possibly. And as I said, it's not an HGS tank, it's just named Project Gargoyle because just like gargoyles, this thing is ugly as all hell. Yeah, it's also 100 tons heavy, it's quite slow, this is its top speed basically, and it is completely incapable of the action of turning, because only one set of tracks work, although the road wheels on the front tracks do work, they do their physics things, but yeah, there's no propulsion there. I mean, you can't blame the tank for being four-tracked. I mean, you can blame me for doing this to this pure vehicle, but I mean, the game is not supposed to be operating like this, so yeah, don't be surprised. And overall, this is a questionable execution of an idea that's perhaps not that bad. So yeah, this would be the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, hit the dislike button. If not, hit the dislike button. And tell me in the comments what you thought of these tanks. Thanks for paying attention. Bye. And also Merry Christmas, as I'm going to release this video on the 23rd, so depending on when you celebrate, it's either 1 or 2 days after the video, so yeah, Merry Christmas.